What's happening, y'all? What's happening? Shalom, shalom, shalom to everybody. I just want to drop this message to you all real quick. I probably shouldn't say real quick. I don't know how long this message is going to be. I just want to deliver it to y'all. So today we're going to be talking about faith versus works, or faith and works. Really think about that, right? So the main thing is this. A lot of times when it comes to understanding faith in scripture, people really perceive faith as just believing, and that's all that goes and coincides with faith, right? That's all that comes to it. Just believe. And do not get it mistaken for a second that this walk as a believer surely does involve belief. And that is a part of faith. But is that it? Is that it? Is that all that faith requires of us, is just to believe? That's a common teaching, a common belief. Just not today, but for many years, has been a common belief. And so we're going to discover, is faith opposite of works? Is it faith versus works? Or is it faith and works, right? And so that's what I want to talk about in this moment. And we're going to start right now in the book of James, chapter 2. And I'm going to start at verse 14. I may read to the end, right? But listen to this. It says, "My brothers, what use is it for anyone to say he has belief or faith, but does not have works? Question mark. This belief is unable to save him. And if a brother, right, or sister is naked and in need of daily food, but one of you says to them, 'Go in peace, be warm and be filled,' but you do not give them the bodily needs, what use is it?" Think about that, all right? Verse 17 says this, listen up. "So also belief or faith, if it does not have works, is in itself dead." Now I'm gonna pause right here. Many of us know and heard this verse, but how often do we really take heed to what this verse is saying, right? We quote it a lot, but are we listening to this verse? This is James chapter 2, verse 17. "So also belief, if it does not have works, is in itself dead." Okay? That's what the word said. Meaning, Veneto, done, dead. You know what that means, right? Deceased, not able to live, thrive, move, be, have its being. No, dead, right? Verse 18, "But someone might say, 'You have faith or belief, and I have works. Show me your belief without your works, and I shall show you my belief by my works.'" By my works. I'm going to show you my belief by my works. Okay? Verse 19, "You believe that Elohim is one," right? You believe that the Most High is one. "You do well." Good job. "The demons also believe, and they tremble, they shudder," right? They fear. Verse 20, "But do you wish to know, foolish man, that the belief without the work is dead?" The faith without the work is dead. The scripture says in verse 20, "Oh, foolish being, don't you know that belief without works is dead?" So now, as we're continuously reading, we're seeing the conversation is shifting from faith versus works a little. Okay? It's shifting a little. That belief without the work is dead. It's not sounding like verses anymore, right? But let's keep reading. Verse 21, "Was not Abraham, our father, declared right by works when he offered Yitzhak or Isaac, his son, on the altar?" Verse 22, listen loud and clear. "Do you see that belief was working with his works? And by the works, the belief was perfected." Oh, you got to read verse 22 on your own right after this. You got to read these verses line upon line as I'm reading them to you, to listen and hear this and take heed, y'all. Verse 22, do you see that belief was working with his works? And by the works, the belief was perfected, made complete. Your belief is made complete with your works. Okay, so by this time, I know the conversation has really shifted from faith versus works to faith and works. Oh, belief and works. True faith. But let's keep reading, right? As if that's not already enough. But let's keep reading. 23. And the scripture was concluded, which says Abraham believed Elohim, the Most High, and it was reckoned to him for righteousness. And he was called Elohim's friend, right? The Most High friend, a friend of Yah. 24. You see then that a man is declared right by works and not, I love this version, put a bold word in not, and not by belief alone. So tell me, why is this being taught so much? Why are we being led astray by that? And not by belief alone. We have to take the totality of scriptures. We love John 3:16, but have we read John 3:36? All right, I'm gonna just stay here so I don't lose you. Verse 25. In the same way, was not Rahab, the whore, also declared right by works when she received the messengers and sent them out another way, right? So she received it and then sent them out. She put her faith to work. Verse 26, the last verse of chapter 2 of James. For as the body without the ruach, or the spirit, is dead, so also the belief is dead without the works. And he concludes with that. I ain't gonna say my drop because it's not a show, right? But you get the point, right? Faith. What does verse 20 say? Belief without works is dead. So the conversation should be already dead and deceased of faith versus works. Rather, at this point, we should know true faith has works working alongside it. It's together. I see it kind of like this, all right, in a little analogy in our world today, how you could kind of perceive this. Okay. We have lightning, and we have thunder. They usually come during a thunderstorm, we call it, right? Or when it's raining, or weather, doing what it do. We have lightning and thunder. I see faith, because it's so hard to kind of describe faith. Besides Hebrews chapter 1 we have, and many other accounts we could use. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1, right? We could use for faith. But think of it like this, if this can help you. Faith is like lightning. Thunder is like the works, right? Just an analogy. May not be spot on. But lightning, we see. We see that. And thunder, we hear that. As we know or taught, light travels faster and quicker than sound. So we see the lightning and we hear the thunder, but guess what? They both happen at the same time. So just as faith and works, we believe lightning instant. Oh, but like thunder, the works are sure to be alongside it, working in your life. So just remember, faith and works, faith versus work is not the goal. It is faith and works. Just as it said, you see someone in need, you believe to do the right thing, do it. Work and act on that, right? Because if you just have faith and no works, you don't have faith. And if you're just working and you don't truly believe in him and what you need to do and what's right, you don't have faith. What you have is confusion and foolishness and not scripture. So I just came to encourage y'all today. Put your faith to work. Faith and works. Believe. Keep pressing on. Y'all stay blessed.